you know the drill. This accordion of a sketchbook is finally finished. After, I want to say all these years, it has not been all these years. It has been since February 2023, which is over a year, but longer than I usually work on one of these. I'm really happy that it's done. It's, as you can see, just, there's a lot happening. There's a lot that has gone in here. I think I may have worked on it too long, as it will not close anymore, but that's okay. She's very loved. She's very crunchy. And so we are going to take a look today. How is everybody? I hope everyone is doing really well. I haven't really posted since the eSIM stream, which I'm really glad that people showed up to that. Thank you again to everybody who donated, and I'm still taking donations on my Ko-Fi. If you'd like in exchange for art, you can check that out. Just wanted to put that out there before I go do that. I was really floored by how generous and supportive people were. It really warmed my heart, and you guys are really cool. Okay, let's get into the sketchbook. So, you know, I feel like I got kind of desensitized to how much is going on in here because I've just been working on it so long, but the more I look at it, I'm like, wow. So yeah, this is where it all started, with the SpongeBob SquarePants wrapper that we used to ice my friend's car door wound when we were on a trip. Classic blue and yellow start. I got this fun seal and penguin and polar bear tape, which I'm a really big fan of. You know, I feel like I should have put something more techie on this page because I used my characters that are like, basically they work in this giant corporation, and it's kind of like, I kind of got inspiration from like Hatsune Miku meets like Alexa meets like, I don't know, just like a whole bunch of different things. And so this is Gidget, that's her name, and then these two work there in this big company, and so everything's really techie and kind of like Barbie pink and everything. But for some reason, I just kind of felt like this like fish picture I took belonged there. I think it's just like the lights reflecting and like the weird pink in the background. It felt right to me. I made these guys during a language arts assignment in high school, and they were like in this like beautiful fantasy world, and they used magic. And then I repurposed them because I thought they fit better in this story, and I feel like I took them out of the whimsy and I gave them jobs, and I'm really sorry. But I'm going to keep doing it. Here's my classic melon. I call this the melon page, even though there's no melons on it, just because it feels very like melon to me. There's like a secret Garfield under there somewhere, but I don't really feel like undoing all the tape. But he is in there, I promise. I like how this one came out a lot. I had a lot of fun just like really going crazy with the collages in this one, just kind of like putting little doodles on them. These are really yummy. My friend got these for me. Moomin biscuits. I didn't have the heart to make this any more finished than it is because I think it looks, I think there's an energy of the bread man that I can't alter. So he's just gonna stay there. There's also a lot of loose bits that I felt like kind of fit, but then I didn't know what to do with them. So the titmouse is just kind of living here. Got some more, lots of pop-up book realness happening in this one. Just some doodles I did while I was waiting for something. And a little framed picture and a little seal. This is from a sketchbook that I really didn't like, but I kind of liked this one. And we were just kind of talking about a lot of stuff in one of my classes, and so I was just sort of thinking about beauty and beauty standards and like what we really think about, what it actually means. I'm not gonna go on a tangent this early in the video, but that's that. And this is one of my chickens who passed away, so I did a little chicken drawing for her. Some watercolor, grackle. You all know I'm a grackle apologist till I die. I think they're really beautiful, and I think they get a bad rap, but you already know that. I've gone on this tangent before. This was something, I really like this page just because it was kind of personal to me. Stuff that was going on when I made it. This one just kind of came to me in a bit of inspiration. I really like the loading fish. I don't know why, but I find this very comforting. And my angry deer. Just something about regulating your nervous system. Oh, excuse me. Can I help you? Okay. Candle has stuff to say too, I guess. This might be my favorite spread. I really like the pink and blue techie crazy surreal thing. I've been still really into a lot of different sci-fi things, and so this is kind of just the amalgam of me reading sci-fi short stories and thinking about weird AI stuff and trippy reality things, which I had a lot of fun doing. I saw this in an old magazine and I said, oh, I know exactly what's going on. It's robot time. Did these during one of my streams. This is oil paint. So there's a couple that I put in here that were really like my first real tries at doing oil paint. I've finally been taking painting classes, which has been a lot of fun. But I've only been doing acrylic in those, so it was really fun to bust out the oil paints. I'm not a very patient person, so I kind of have a hard time with them because they just don't dry for hours and hours and hours, sometimes days, which is not how I work, but I do think they're a lot of fun. And then I doodled this on a page when I got some really bad news in my personal life, and I was like, I feel like this just captured the energy of how it feels when something just happens and you're like, oh, okay, cool. So I wanted to immortalize that in the sketchbook. I do a lot of doodles on printer paper, which I don't have any near me right now, but to immortalize them, because I do a lot of them every once in a while, they'll get imported to the sketchbook. These are, I know you like, there you go. I know everybody wanted to see that one. This is from the Palestine stream that we did. I really liked how this one came out, so I wanted to put it in there. And some more of these. Some more classics. This one's really simple, but I didn't have the heart to like do anything else with it because it was like all requests from the stream. So there's that. Then we've got the berry mouse and this bunny I did during a lecture. Lots of bugs, lots of lily pads. I don't know what's going on, but there's been a lot of bugs down here where I work. I found a giant dead moth earlier today and a giant wasp. And here's my other oil painting. I drew this from a trail cam picture, which I really love trail cam pics. I could look at trail cams for hours. I think they're fascinating. Some gum wrappers and some fruit strip wrappers and just some little critters kind of hanging out on there. Just some beasties. I'm always really jealous of people who live in climates where there's like a lot of lizards just running around. I've got like a friend in California and I'm always just like, what do you mean? Seeing a lizard is an event for me. What do you mean they're just everywhere? This one came out crazy. We got Setu, my unicorn character, probably my most dear character to me. And then the judge from Off, which is a game that I really loved in middle school and just has always stuck with me. It's a really creepy, fun, creative RPG game that I really enjoy. I did this one when I was in Belgium with Lil, which was a lot of fun. I really like how the little fish bar came out. And another thing from the stream, I really liked how this doodle came out. And then I've got some dragon drawings from a museum I went to. Little cat, little tapir, Miffy. This is one of my favorite collages I've ever done. I just wanted to like go crazy on this one, just with like how it feels to just be inundated by stuff and just like bright rainbow colors. And I really liked the idea of putting like, you know, animals and like just wrappers and bright colors and artificial stuff together and just kind of like mishmashing it into this big rainbow mess. And I really like it. I really like looking at it. I think it came out pretty fun. And then the next page also always sticks together is like a complete tone shift. We've got my fun rainbow collage and my scary teeth eyes coyote collage. I don't know how to explain this page, but I'm very partial to it. I didn't mean for this Geico lizard to print out so scary, but it did, and I honestly think it makes it more powerful. This stupid image has beamed into my brain like 800 times throughout my life, and I'll be like, I do have the power to end these patterns. Same with this just like dumb text post that somebody made. I'm like, oh, wow, true. So that's that. Here's some, lots of deer here. My little secret deer door that has even more deer kind of in here. And then this one I used nail polish for like the highlights on the body. So it's very textured. There's also a lot of glitter on this one, but it's not really picking up super well. But there it is. There it is. You see it. So I like how visceral this one feels. Man, this is an old sketchbook. I can't get over how old this is. Because I remember doing these in one of my college courses, which I did just graduate, which is very exciting. It's just my associate, so I'm going right back in after community college, but I am very excited about that. But yeah, this is a old lecture I did this during. I'm talking about the word lacuna, which was a song also that I really liked by Last Links. And so I was like, oh my god, I never knew what that word meant, and now I do. There's more Benji from the before page. Same guy. And I like this rectangle wolf. It's just like, do you ever just feel like cagey and like grrr, like stuck? And like, I'll get like overstimulated if I don't move around a lot too. So big fan of that one. Got some black cats. And some more personal stuff under here, but you can see a little bit about it because I like the yellow, that's the word. I like the yellow lined paper. This is so like exciting because I just don't remember the order the sketchbook is in at all. Here's some more kind of journaly stuff with a scarlet tanager. Very beautiful bird. Very much a treat to see. This is a really funny birthday card found at an antique store. And some tinfoil. This is not the first time tinfoil makes an appearance in the sketchbook, so get ready for that. My red page. I really like my red page. We know the woods. Do they know you? I liked that. I ran with it. And then there's some class notes underneath the collage and some forced stuff. And then I watched The Menu with one of my best friends, which was really fun. It's a very violent movie and very stressful, but also really funny. It's like if Chopped was evil. If you're a kid, don't watch it. If you're squeamish, don't watch it. But I did have a good time watching it. I had a good time. I thought it was fun. Some more. We got a warbler and a goldfinch. And this is a bunny picture I took many years ago, like before I even started the sketchbook. And I just did some free doodling here, which is it's really nice to just kind of like turn your brain off sometimes and just like make patterns, I feel like, and not worry too much about what they look like. Something I learned in one of my art therapy classes, and it's just very relaxing. I highly recommend it. And then it looks pretty cool sometimes. Some little mini comic stuff. Oh yeah, I guess for those who want to see that. More blue and yellow. This is a stamp I made from an eraser, which I had never done before. I'd never done like any kind of like, what do they call that? I'm new to printmaking, but I saw somebody talking about how you can carve an eraser and then use it as a stamp. So I did. It's like, you know, just a little pink eraser, and I really like it. And then there's some stuff that got ripped off that didn't really come off well, so I just sort of drew over it. I really like how this duck came out. I think he's really fun. And some little doodles. There's some tea packages under there. This is from a study I did in a drawing group I was in for like 2 weeks, and then we all forgot about it. So one of my characters, her name's Argyle. She's a little guy. And then I collaged over the other ones because I don't know, just kind of happened. I needed something to put this by, so I added another page, and then I drew this at work on one of our like little notepads you take people's orders on, and then I don't know why, but I got really attached to him, so I put him in, and then this just kind of happened. I don't know why I put my Sakana stickers here, but like I do enjoy it. They're in love. They're having a great time. It's all good. And then there's my messed up misprint sticker, which honestly also became very attached to. My purple page. This one has a little bit of sparkle, but it's kind of hard to see. I don't know what she is. Some kind of monster. Some kind of monster celebrity in the limelight. A little wonky phoenix. Just kind of wanted to let loose and do some crazy shapes. Oh, I like this page. Get ready. Get ready. Hello? This usually doesn't happen. Get ready. Bam. Bam, 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 bam. She can swim. Swim? She can fly. I was reading this. He can swim. She can fly. I don't know if those work vice versa. Then another monster. Another thing that I was like, this fits, but I don't want to glue it down, so I just keep it there for emotional support. This is my primary page. I don't really go into these thinking of a theme, by the way. Like, I don't go like, oh, okay, this is going to be the primary color page. This one just started like, I had some doodles of lions I saw at the zoo, and then I drew them over here, and then I kind of started coloring these ones, and then it just kind of happens. And so if you're new here, my process is very much like I work on every page at the same time. Like even just an hour ago, I was flipping through just trying to make sure there wasn't any other pages that I wanted to like tweak or throw extra things that I've gathered on. I gather many supplies. This is one of my many bins. Oh, here's Marcel. Anybody read Dungeon Meshi? I haven't watched the anime, but I loved reading it. Anyways, we're back. The Shins lyrics. And then I really like the Mama Wolf page. I don't know why, I like it. I like the shade of green, and I like the flamingos. And this is a character. He's from same story as this little lady. Is she even a lady? I don't really know. She's a cat. Ooh, I didn't put something here, but maybe I will eventually. My fish and my lemurs. The Saved by a Fish was like, it was like on this like Windows like movie maker slideshow in the aquarium, and I thought that was very funny and I liked it. These are sketches I did on a trip, and then I kind of went back and just went crazy with some ink pens and water. I like this guy. I like this guy a lot. Some more blue and yellow. A little yellow crocus, because I used to only think they came in purple and white. Some glue and some Finn and Jake. Show was really important to me growing up. Under all these layers, is it still you? Ooh, is it? This is an assignment I did for class, my painting class, where we did different values. And I thought I could use it here. This is a wristband I got at some kind of emo night thing, or punk night or whatever. Some dance thing. And then it's kind of when I was testing out those markers I got. Different road signs that were there when I was in Europe, which was cool. And magpies. This page gave me so much grief. You can tell that I gave up on trying to make the sky cohesive at a certain point. But that's okay. Lots the sticky notes on this page. Some reindeer and some hop along lyrics. And I really like how the trash came out. Sometimes they'll just doodle in a little environment, and this time it was trash. And I didn't mean for this to happen, but it does look like this is like his body, which I think is fun. A little collage, some birds and people. And then there's some journaling under here, but you can see a little bit of the deer I drew. Forgive me, but I will not let you read my journal. Some doodles. These were from my friend's graduation a year ago. These are pretty recent, when I was drawing deer at the woods. Cool tree I saw. One of my paint tubes. A sheep. Setu is a wizard. You know how it is. I kept these ones deliberately pencil because I wanted you guys to be able to see just kind of what my just pencil art looks like. And also, I did these on my first trip, which was with community college to Oxford, which was really neat. And so I just kind of wanted to keep these as they are. I was listening to the Graveyard Book on my way there. I always think about being on a giant bird when I'm in a plane. And that was my first time seeing a magpie, and I was like, what is that? Because I didn't know. One thing about me is I will be drinking mango juice. Just some trip doodles, things that I was seeing. Just kind of trying to like capture how it felt. Church windows, some different things I saw. It's me as a moomin. The flower I picked there. This is an assignment I did pretty recently for art therapy. I was imagining what some of my characters would think if they were put in a room together from different stories, and that's what I came up with. Ooh, here's the tinfoil. Return of the tinfoil. This is her name is Elle, and they're from a different story I wrote. Just some flowers I saw at my friend's aunt's house. This is the strawberry water that I got addicted to on that school trip to Oxford. It was really freaking good. And it was cheaper than normal water. So, you know I was only drinking that. And some Neopets that different people sent me. They're strawberry flavored. And then sometimes a song just hits and you gotta write all the lyrics down. I like how this little tiny bunny came out. It almost looks like a sticker. And these are some class doodles I did that I ended up liking enough to keep. Kind of like how the purple flames came out here. And then a very different page, but also with flying deer. This is from my anthropology class. We're learning about flint knapping, which is if you ever want to feel relaxed, you should watch like traditional flint knapping. It's just people taking rocks and like cutting away at them to make a stone tool. I could literally watch it for hours. It is just the most relaxing thing in the world. So this is all acrylic, just like these types of acrylic paints. And this is watercolor here. This is also acrylic. These are middle-aged vegetable dads, and they're in a band. And their band is called Deadbeat. This one you guys have seen. This is what those markers I was sent. Which was really fun. I really, really, really am happy with how the heron came out. And the gnome. The gnome is pretty good. And then had a rough start at the start of my trip with my friend to Belgium because I just forgot a bunch of stuff, and it was kind of like, oh my gosh, I'm far away. I'm going to be here for a while. So that was that. There was a church you could walk to from their house, which was really cute, really pretty in the woods. A deer I saw in a neighborhood I drive through to get to work. She came right up to me, and it took all of my willpower not to pet her because we don't pet wildlife. And then I really like how this halo daisy came out. This painting gave me a lot of grief, but I think I'm happy with it. And then it's a neat sculpture of a stargazer that I wanted to draw. Just a little guy. This thing's called a greeble. It's from Neopets. If you know, you know. And then I put Yudai from Sakana and Moomin together. And it kind of looks like Yudai's yelling at Moomin, but he'll be okay. He's strong. This is a picture of a butterfly I took. I love to go to a CVS and just print a bunch of pictures. It's one of the joys of life. And we got deer, lots of billboards and wires and cursors, and a comic. I always feel like I have to make a comic to truly process what I'm feeling. Otherwise, it just stays stuck. And this is ink, just ink and a paintbrush, and this is more acrylic and just some Jelly Roll white gel pen. Best hot cocoa I have ever had. Oh my god. It was just like an instant packet, but it was so good. And this little guy. Sometimes you just gotta stay with it. My magic crow and the train. There is no hard part. It's smooth sailing forever, baby. I don't really have an explanation for this page, but I've curated a vibe, and I hope you enjoy the vibe. This is a very crunchy page. There's a lot of textures happening here, a lot of collage that I then decided I didn't like, that I just painted and collaged over and over and over until I was happy with it, which I'm gonna be honest, wasn't until about 2 hours ago. This is maybe the last page I finished. So there's that. There's my bunnies. This bunny gave me a lot of trouble because I kept trying to make it hyper realistic, and then but then I would try to make the mouth open and it would look really scary. So that was a journey. Some doodles I did with, let me grab it because I know you guys like to see my supplies I use. Oh, it's in this box. I think it was this bad boy. Yeah, it definitely was. You can get these at most art stores. Like, I don't think I know the brand, but they look like this. And so that's how I got these kind of juicy lines there. And this is a kestrel that lives at a nature reserve near me because it has an injured wing. So I get to visit him and draw him, which is very fun. This is one of my friend's characters I wanted to draw. It's one of the tables at my work when I took my break outside. This is just from a different book that I liked it enough to put it in this one because that one was kind of just a janky, flimsy book. This is a drawing we made by passing a sheet of paper around for like an hour between like 4 people. So that's a collaborative effort. And the final page is... I just played Disco Elysium, everyone's favorite France simulator, and I cried so much, and I loved it so much. I avoided it because I was like, why would I want to play as a cop? And also, like, what's happening? Who are these old men? I don't care. But I finally got talked into playing it, and beautiful game. Beautiful game. And then these are some animals. A salmon, a honeybee, and a raven. That I was having a little moment about, so I wanted to kind of draw them almost like saints. So they're just watercolored on watercolor paper, and then I cut them out and put them in here. And I thought they would be a nice way to kind of like finish off this. This says, "One day I will return to your side." So I thought that would be kind of a nice note to end on. To get the pattern, this was actually a mistake, but I really ended up liking it, which is why I use tape, because maybe someday I'll decide that I would just want it to be the pattern. Who knows? But I used this really cheap, like, tempera paint, and I tried to paint this yellow over the green, but it didn't work. And so I took my paper towel, and I was, like, trying to dab it to get it off. And then it just looked so sick that I was like, wait, hold on. Nobody move. This has to dry like that, or I'll start crying, because I love it. I think it looks kind of like tree roots almost. So that's that. Got some treasures in there. I'm really happy with this sketchbook. I know I've shown a lot of my progress on it through the year and some change, but I really hope you guys like seeing it too. I like having a project that takes this long to finish because I look back at it and it's like, wow, I remember, you know, what was going on. Like, I was with my friends in my friend's basement when I did this one. And it was a really tough time, but I like remember like it was so nice to be together and just like be hanging out and doodling. And this reminds me of my first art classes I took because that's where we made our little drawing group and some story stuff. And I don't know, it's just like, this was when I went to the zoo with my coworker eons ago, like way, way long ago, before a lot of stuff changed where I work. And, you know, just different trips I was able to go on, which I never saw myself going on ever. So yeah, I don't know. I really think that this is a nice like time capsule. And I was really able to kind of try out some different mediums, and it's a very it's dense. It's a really dense sketchbook. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Like, this is just like a silver paint pen I use. If you're interested in making things really shiny, you can get those at most art stores too. I got like a chisel tip one. No fancy brand, just picked the first one I saw. This is watercolor. This is watercolor as well. And these are paint marker pens, oil paint, watercolor, watercolor, oil paint. These are just Crayola markers and sticky notes, just in case there's anything you're curious about. And always feel free to ask questions. I'll do my best to answer them. But yeah, I'm really happy with just all the feelings and things and just, I mean, fun characters that I got to kind of just pack into this. I think it's a fun relic of my life. And I'm very excited about having it finished so I can start a new one. So yeah, thank you guys for showing up. I know that I don't post nearly as often as the other channels you probably watch, but I do enjoy making them, and I do enjoy interacting with you guys, and it's never a bad time getting back on here when I've got the time to do it. So I'm really looking forward to the next time I post, and I will see you guys soon. All right, bye-bye. Thank you so much.